I'm starting with the cervical spine, our neck area. So our necks can flex forward or extend back. It can rotate to our left or right as if we're looking at our left or right side. We can also side bend our necks, left and right. Now I'm going to combine all these movements. I take a big breath in, pack the air down, create strong tension in my body. My chin drops down to my chest. I rotate my neck all the way towards my left side bend on that left side. I extend all the way back. From full extension of the neck, I rotate my neck towards my right side. My ear drops down to my shoulder. My chin drops back down to my chest. I keep going in the same direction for the second rep. I'm trying to keep the rest of the body as still as possible. There's no rotation in the chest. There's no movement in the shoulders. After I finish 2 reps, I reverse. I rotate my neck towards my right, side bend on that right side, extend all the way back. From extension, I start rotating towards my left side. Ear drops down to my shoulder, chin drops down to my chest. Still tense, I'm still squeezing my fists, still braced abs, still squeezed glutes. Rest of my body is still as a statue. I'm trying to go for a bigger circle at each repetition. Moving down on the spine. Now our spines can flex forward or extend back. You can rotate your spine towards your right side or left side as if you're turning your chest towards those sides. You can also side bend to your left and right. Now we're going to combine all these movements. I'm taking a big breath in, crossing my arms in front of me. I flex forward, round my spine as much as I can. From that position, I rotate towards my right side bend on that right side, and I extend back piece by piece, feeling each vertebra. From extension, I rotate towards my left, side bend on that left side, and I come back to the flexed position. Try to not to lose the tension you started with. Make sure you're keeping that pelvis stable. The tension at the glutes will help you achieve that. Extend all the way back, rotate towards your left, side bend on that left side, flex back to the starting position. Now reverse. We're going for a bigger circle at each repetition. Aim for a bigger circle with the spine. You can see from my face the tension I'm creating. I'm almost breaking a sweat right now. After you finish 2 reps, we're moving on to shoulder blades. Now, shoulder blades are the 2 big bony structures in our backs. They can move forward or back. They can move up or down. Now we're going to combine all these movements and try to draw the biggest circle we can with the shoulder blades. I'm lifting my arms up for this and opening them a little bit towards the sides. Now I'm bringing my shoulder blades back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, and then I reverse. Down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward. Now I'm going to assume tall kneeling position to stay in the frame, but you can go for your shoulder cars in the standing position. Now our shoulders can reach overhead or extend back, but they can also internally and externally rotate. When you do your shoulder cars, you would want to start with an externally rotated shoulder. Think your bicep away from your body. From that position, reach overhead. At the top, internally rotate that shoulder, reach back. As you reach back, keep internally rotating that shoulder, so much so that you end up knuckles facing your pocket, and then reverse. Now, as you go overhead, unwind that arm, externally rotate that shoulder, reach up, and bring your arm parallel to the ground. Go for rep number 2. Fully externally rotated shoulder, reach up. At the top, internally rotate, reach back, keep internally rotating as you reach back, knuckles end up facing your pocket, reverse. We want the free hand to be holding the ribs for some feedback. We don't want the ribs to move. We don't want any rotation at the chest. Moving on to left arm. I'm rolling my sleeve to show you how I'm rotating my shoulder throughout the repetition. Now I start with a fully externally rotated shoulder, bicep away from the body. I reach up. When I hit a roadblock, I internally rotate that shoulder and start reaching back. As I reach back, further internally rotate your shoulder. Knuckles end up facing your pocket. That's full internal rotation, and reverse. Now do not lose the tension you started with. I want you to make a strong fist, abs braced, glutes strong. Do not move the rest of the body. Draw the biggest circle you can, only using your left shoulder joint. Bigger circle at each rep. Moving on to wrists. For the wrists, I want you to imagine you're holding a tray. Also, imagine you're balancing something on your forearms. Do not move the forearms. And start drawing the biggest circle you can with your wrists. Pinkies come towards each other. Extend those wrists back. Thumbs go away from the midline of the body. Flex the wrists back towards you and reverse. Try not to flex the fingers. Fingers remain still. Biggest circle you can draw using only your wrists. Do not move the forearms. For elbows, I want to show you those elbow pits. Those elbow pits will remain stable, and I'm going to take my elbows through flexion and extension and also rotation. I'm going to start my palms facing the camera and then flex my elbows. At the top, I will rotate and start extending as if I'm going through an imaginary triceps extension. At the bottom, rotate, flex, imaginary bicep curl, create some tension, rotate, extend it back down. And then reverse, palms looking down and flex, rotate at the top and start extending. The reason I rolled up my sleeves is to emphasize how I'm keeping my elbow pits stable. As I rotate my elbows, the elbow pits still face the camera, so there's no rotation or movement in the shoulders. Moving on to lower body, I'm holding a stick with one hand. We're going to work one hip at a time. So to start working on my right hip, I create some tension. Lift the knee as high as I can. Open it to the side. Internally rotate that hip. Bring it all the way back. Knees come next to each other. And then I reverse, kick back. Open the hip to the side. Bring it all the way forward by externally rotating that hip. Go for a second rep. As I open the hip to the side, my pelvis does not move. And when I'm reaching back, I do not lean forward. For the left hip, I switch hands. I push the stick into the ground. That helps me create some tension. Make a fist, take a breath in, brace the abs, lift the knee as high as I can. Open it to the side. Without dropping the knee, I internally rotate and bring that hip all the way back. Go for a bigger circle at each repetition, but no other joint should move. All the way up, as high as you can. Open it. Try not to drop the knee. Internally rotate, think foot towards the ceiling, and bring it all the way back. Kick back, open the hip to the side, externally rotate and bring that knee forward. Proceeding to knee cars, I'm going to assume seated position for the knee cars. We're going to go one knee at a time. Grab your leg however you want. I'm going for the chokehold position. Our knees can extend or flex. It can also externally rotate and internally rotate. Let's combine all this. Externally rotate and extend. Internally rotate at the top, flex back. Externally rotate, extend, in, bring it back down. Now reverse. Internally rotate and up. At the top, externally rotate and bring it back down. Internally rotate, up. Externally rotate, back down. Moving on to left leg. I'm going for the chokehold. Externally rotate that knee, extend it. Try to stop shy of lockout when you're extending the knee, because you cannot rotate a fully locked out knee. At the bottom, internally rotate, extend it, externally rotate, flex it back down. Now I'm not just moving my ankles here, I'm actually turning that shin bone as I rotate my knee. For ankles, I stand up. I use the stick for balance. We'll go one ankle at a time. Right ankle first. I'm going to draw the biggest circle clockwise with my right ankle. Make sure your hips are stable as you try to draw a bigger circle at each repetition. After you finish 2 reps, go counterclockwise. Try to go as slow as possible. You might notice that in some corners your ankle wants to go faster. Those fast corners are the corners that you don't actually own yet. Through regular practice, you will gain better control. Let's move on to left ankle. Go 2 reps clockwise, slow and controlled, maintain cadence. It's okay your toes are moving, but make sure your hips are not rotating. If you're hearing clicks and pops, you do not have to worry about those. Those do not constitute red flags. For the last car of the day, we're moving down to toes. We're going to lift the big toe up by itself. Back down. Big toe up by itself. Back down. Big toe up by itself. Back down. Now big toe down, remaining 4 up. Back down. Remaining 4 up. Back down, remaining 4 up, back down. Now all 5 up, big toe down by itself. Back up, big toe down by itself. Back up, big toe down by itself. Now hold 5 up, spread the toes apart, pinky lands first, piano key the others one by one. All 5 up, spread them apart, pinky lands first, place the others back down. All 5 up, spread them apart one by one, land the toes.